I'm coming back from the Nether Fortress in which I have been building a wither skeleton farm. Mostly just so that I can get myself another beacon. They're just useful to have around. However, I have also been looking into reading some books with the House of Alive program thing-ish, I guess you could call it, that this server has. This is the House of Live area, or more commonly called the radio tower. Ah yes, the Drock Shrine. There's one in like every single place around the server. I don't know who's been like building them or where they come from, but basically the whole idea behind the radio tower is that you go in here. It's like this little thing, and then you do the little reading of the whatever in here. This is where people will sit and like record them reading. The entire point of the House of Lives thing is that you go and record yourself reading something like, I don't know, like a classic or some other type of thing like that. Like just a not or just it can be any novel. It doesn't have to be like a classic novel. Glade Gamer has actually been reading the actually just got done reading Dracula yesterday, and Lucky Rabbit Claws has been reading Frankenstein. So, so far I believe it's just been classic literature and things of that sort. However, there's also like I'm planning on reading either what's it called? A Wrinkle in Time, or All the Light We Can by Madeline L'Engle, or All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. Two of my favorite books ever. And so what I've been doing recently is I've been just like, I don't know, just looking around, trying to schedule a time and date, seeing if people would be interesting, and so far people would be. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, Radio Tower really is pretty close to spawn. As you can see, it's only 800 or so blocks out. There's, the Dirt Empire over there. There's whatever that is. There's... Huh. What what even is that, actually? Also ignore the gravel. That's just had to mine gravel for a thing. Yeah, what the... I didn't... Okay, hold on. What the heck is this? Who lives here? I didn't actually know that anybody lived out here. Sand on the roof. Nice. Little shack. Oh, that is okay. A lot of fishing stuff, I guess. Couple fishing rods, squid head, bunch of just random junk. Efficiency one stone pickaxe. Okay, ender chest, yeah. That's a galactic. As far as I know, only James writes in Wait. Wait a minute. Is this James's house? James Pilfer has been just kind of, I don't know, just fucking disappeared. Not living around spawn, and if he has, he's just mostly been just fishing. Like I don't actually like know where he's been or where he lives. He's just been just kind of like at spawn chilling most of the time ever since I killed him, turned him into a ghost, I guess. Like with this, is he living here? Like, I would assume, like, this does look like a pretty normal little, like, you know, like, house. You got that, you got... Oh, oh. Um... Okay. Um... Okay, so I knew that James got skulked. I just didn't exactly know, like, where that happened. I assume that, like... Okay. Like, I just assumed that that was kind of just, like, somewhere underground, I guess. I didn't really... Ah. Yeah, that would do it. So, James itself is on right now. I assume that this is where, like, that's his house. This is the cave. I assume that this is where he got skulked. Like, there's been a way to get skulk out of people, and then we did that. But, like, considering that James is currently, well, that, like, he's obviously a ghost now. So I assume that, like, okay, because, like, if Skulk takes players' like life force or in the form of experience, and then like stores it, like, is there possibly a way to get it back into like a form that can be... Wait a minute, hold on, because, like, okay, that's Silk Touch, but yeah, okay, Skulk drops experience when it's broken. Okay, I have an idea. Okay, do we have, how many bottles do we have in here? Yeah, that should do it. It's quite a large amount of skulk, but yeah, alright. Okay. I was not actually expecting that to work. Now we just clear out the entire area, I guess. And done. That should do it. I got every single last piece of skulk out of there, including apparently a couple pieces that were in a water cave right there that I didn't even notice. Rest of it seems to be free. I'm gonna go ahead and just get the veins out of the upper layers while I'm at it, just to make sure. And James is offline, but I think he'll be back in a minute. So, yeah. Um, is he fishing anywhere? Uh, hey James. James, you around here anywhere? Just wanted to check in on and yeah, and see how you were doing. Or hello, James. James Pilfer. You anywhere around here, dude? Okay, like, honest to God, I have no idea where he could be. Like, I don't know. Oh, hey, there you are. Sorry, dude, I just missed you. Are you. Shit. Shit. Hey, um, just wanted to. It's, been like a couple months. A lot has changed, but I just realized that, I just haven't seen you around in a minute. So, um, can I come in? Nice place you got. It's been a minute since I've brushed up all my galactic. I'm sorry. Not entirely sure what all this means. I mean, I could translate it. It will probably just take a minute, but so I think I was at the radio tower and I think I found your old house and where you had like all the skulk and stuff like that. I don't even know if like you remember like what your life was like before you became a ghost, before you became what you are right now, or why it happened, or if there was even anything before that. But you got what happened was you got possessed by the skulk, and I tried to cure you, and I ended up killing you, and it made you like this. I think I'd done it before, and everybody else came back relatively fine, I guess. But I think that your soul may have like gone into the skulk or something, and I was able to bottle it up. So, do you want it back? Is that okay? All right. Uh, gonna like stand back a little bit so that I don't pick any of this up. Just gonna throw it at you. Okay. Um, does that feel any different? Do I? Is anything happening? Um, usually it tends to work immediately, but then again, in the past, after like things like this have happened, a death has to happen for it to work. Oh God. Please don't tell me I'm gonna have to kill him again for this. I guess the question is, do you want to go back? Because I didn't really know you before any of this well enough to know how you were doing, and I think maybe the least I can do is try to fix this. If this doesn't work, I'm sorry. Oh God. Um, please let that work, please. Please, 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 please let that work. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey, fuck, I can never manage to navigate around this site. Hey, um, sorry, I think that's mine. Crap. Got all your stuff back. Are you okay? Are you good? God, I'm so sorry. I had no idea if any of that would do anything, if I've just made it worse. Shit, I swear to God, if I've made this worse. I don't even know. Like, that was like my one idea. I forgot to give you your bow back. That's my bad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go now. I assume you need a minute if you need anything. I don't know. I have some stuff I need to drop off at spawn. Can you even hear me? Do you understand what I'm saying? Have I done it? Have I just made everything worse? Because you look like about how you were before you became a ghost, but yeah, okay. I'm just gonna go. God, I don't. You know what? He looks better now. I did the best that I could. I don't think there's anything else to do at this point. Didn't even fucking ask it for permission first, though. Like, what? What if he didn't want to be cured? What if he didn't want any of this? What if he was happier being a ghost? But then again, I don't think there was any way you could have indicated that he wanted to or didn't want to at all. I don't think there's any way to know. I think I did the right thing. I think. I think maybe worrying about if what I'm doing is right or wrong isn't really the way to go when the goal is to just help people. I think there's not really a way to know if that's a thing, I guess. I don't know. Really, all I can do is try my best, I think. And I think that might have been my best, as fucked up objectively as it was. Alright. Oh shit, Curzon. something else I gotta apologize for, too, I think. Hey.
Hey.
Oh, hey. Uh...
Huh. It's working again. Somehow.
Oh, it fixed itself?
I don't know. Just spawn some golems.
Okay, yeah, because the villagers seem to be... Like, I think they can see the zombie?
I think the problem is during the day they're not getting scared properly.
Oh, okay, yeah, because that's what was going on. I think the iron golems are just spawning every so often because, like, this is a village and a village needs golems. So, like, it was kind
Well,
of spawning some, it was spawning a few, but not, like, as many as it should be.
yeah.
Because the
I
villagers
was.
can't see the zombie, I don't think.
There's something in the archives about a fix for this that I need to look more into, but.
Yeah, I think it's because I think it happened because we updated.
Oh, on more. I don't know.
Um, Sorry about backstabbing you.
Hmm.
There's no not awkward way to have this conversation. I don't think. Um, I
Probably not.
yeah, I think that the death itself as revenge for what was done to Gallade was justified. However, I do regret doing it in that way. I regret that it wasn't like an honest kill. And yeah, I think like you wouldn't have done it to me or anybody else under those circumstances. So you basically what I'm saying is you deserve better than that, and I'm sorry for catching you off guard. I really should have just after you beat me in the duel the second time, I really should have just walked away there. But I didn't because that would have been embarrassing, and I just really wanted to like do something to prove to myself that I had actually like made up for you killing Glade.
See.
What?
I mean, I understand to a degree.
Yeah. Not really expecting you to like forgive me, kind of hoping that you do because I consider you a friend and I enjoy your company. But if you don't, I completely understand. So won't happen again, by the way.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Oh, right, because, like, one last thing unrelated to literally anything else. So, know you had plans for that orbital strike cannon and the perimeter? How's that going?
Progress has been slow, but I'm
Yeah.
hoping to get it done soon.
Uh, would you want any help with that?
It's the orbital strike cannon, especially. It's just like matter of going and doing it.
Yeah. I thought so. I was talking more about, like, help hollowing out the perimeter.
Oh yeah, I mean, I need to. The main thing is I do want to get the diamond ore from the deep slate level, which is what the current trencher is at. But
Maybe I could go in and, get it for you. I do have Silk Touch.
I mean, if you're willing to run it, I can show you how it all works and show you how I work with it.
Yeah, sure. Whenever you want to do that.
I mean, I've got nothing I'm doing right now. This seems to have fixed itself somehow.
Halfway.
No, that is about the normal spawning it gets.
Huh.
I
Color me corrected then.
literally turned it off and I turned the clock off and turned the clock back on again.
Ah, the classic fix.
The classic.
If nothing else works, that should.
Alright, so we are to the south. Other direction.
Oh, right. Been here a couple times,
So,
never quite seen how it worked, though. Whoops.
yeah, this is the one that's currently being worked on. And if we hop on down to the trencher itself,
Well,
you're gonna want to be probably. So if you want to stand like right on this stone right here, all you gotta do to start it up is take out this redstone block.
okay.
And then they'll start moving, and you just don't want to be in its way as it starts blasting.
Okay.
And then, once it's passed over this first bit of area, you just kind of float down behind it and follow along. And I am going to show you a few more things, so we're going to run along because I want to show you effectively what to do when it turns around.
Okay.
I don't think there's too much more fluids in the way, but like here. But if there ever are fluids, it doesn't stop at the turnaround point, it only stops back there at the start point. So if you do see like a large lava lake or something, you want to stop it to go and fill that in with sand or deep slate or whatever, just get all the lava or water out of there. Also, you are welcome to, if you want any of the other ores you spot, you're welcome to take those for yourself. I only really care about the diamonds.
Of course you do.
I mean, everything else I have farms for, or already harvested in such amounts that I don't really need it.
Alright. It's really incredible, like, how clean of a, like, how clean of a wall this is left.
I mean, this design is actually designed for these nice, clean walls, as opposed to some trenchers which might leave more jagged walls, or like most of the holes in the walls are from things with lower blast resistances.
Or
So
caves.
something like ores, dirt, those kinds of things have lower blast resistance than stone and deep slate. So when you have a blast next to them, they will be blasted away.
Also, naturally generated caves, I assume.
Yeah, there obviously are plenty of naturally generated caves as well. And you can see the device to turn it around is right ahead. So we do not want to get too close to the point at which it turns around, so anything in there is just a little bit of a loss. So
Okay.
what we're going to do is it's going to reach that, and it's going to turn around, and we want to back up a little bit.
All
And
right.
then, just like when it was first leaving the, uh, I guess the other side, you want to give it some time to make a gap, and then just hop over it with a rocket and land back behind the blast to follow it back to the other side. So I think we're close enough to fly up to the receiver. Usually takes me 2 rockets. Oh, there you are. So you just stand right here. You see this? You see this slime block right here?
Right down
Redstone
there?
block goes on top of it.
Oh, so you don't even have to, like, do anything for that while it's running.
Yeah. And now it will stop. And if you didn't put the redstone block in there, it would just
Keep
keep
going?
going back and forth.
Okay. That is. Yeah, that's less complicated than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's. I would have no idea how to build one of these without the archives, but plenty simple to operate.
Many such cases.
You can also just duck out of the way of the blast into a cave or into a just like a deeper section of the digging area if you don't want to waste rockets, but make sure you get low enough because the player damage range is larger than the block damage range.
I see.
And I would rather not have you lose all your stuff to the perimeter.
I was honestly expecting you to say that you didn't care if I lost it.
Eh. It's an annoying effort to have to get that kind of stuff back, so.
You know, I did accidentally shift click my inventory clear while doing admin stuff yesterday and lost literally all of my netherite armor. So I had to get it, so I had to, like, cheese it back. That was fun.
I mean, at least cheesing it back is slightly easier than
But if I lost it to
doing
something
it
like that, it
completely
would be on
legitimate.
me. I would get it back legit. So, yeah.
Yeah, this is a much more annoying way to lose everything.
It
Especially
definitely
because
is.
unlike lava, well, you might lose, most of your inventory. You'd at least keep your netherite gear, but this doesn't care. It blows everything up. It even blows some of the diamonds up. I imagine a good, like, maybe not half, maybe more than half, actually. I don't know, even. But it blows up quite a few of the diamonds as it goes, because, as I said, ores are less blast resistant than deep slate, so even if it uncovers them, it will usually remove the top layer of diamond ore as well.
You know, I honestly wasn't expecting you to show me, like, how to, like, run this thing, like, safely after. I forget if it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Time isn't real. But after that, I wasn't expecting you to. So, I just wasn't expecting that, I guess.
Hmm. It's practical to have more people know how to operate it. I mean, most of the other people I've had over here don't know how to operate it. They just know to, you know,
Stay
stay
away.
close to it. I've had a couple people come over when I've needed to suddenly go for whatever reason just to follow it until it gets back and parks.
Yeah, fair. Most people I know hold. A lot of people hold grudges, I've figured out. Often to the point of, like, not showing them, like, things like this because of said grudges.
Hmm. Grudges are inefficient.
Hmm. I like that. That makes sense. Are allies efficient? Friends, even?
Yes, usually.
Where even were you? Like, if I can ask, like, where were you before this?
I mean, ephemeral.
Well, yeah, but before ephemeral, most people on there, like, traveled there for something else, from something else.
Directly before ephemeral, I don't exactly know where. I don't I don't know how much I was even really awake for a while. I don't even know how long it was.
Oh, so something happened?
Yeah.
Hmm, I see. Sorry, I just like knowing where people come from. I'm interested in stories,
I
and
mean,
people really are just living, breathing stories, even if they aren't quite living or breathing. Everybody comes from somewhere with some sort of story. And I just like learning them because it helps me like understand the world better.
I didn't really come from anyone somewhere. I traveled a lot, and
Yeah, I've met people like that. I was one of them actually. I didn't really have like a definitive set home either. Well, okay, there was this one place, but it wasn't really like anywhere. It was more like a tutorial level, I guess. Spent a couple years there, and then I got curious and wanted to see what the real world was like, and so I came here.
hmm,
Definitely been a lot of learning curves, but it's nice. I like it even though it's different.
it's not been too bad for the most part.
Yeah, a couple rough spots here and there, and people are very difficult to communicate with, is like the number one thing I figured out. That is one thing I've had to learn like from the ground up with zero experience, and it is mortifying, but also really rewarding in a way, because then you get to be less alone.
Mm,
Oh crap.
nope.
Thank God for Elytra.
Yeah, I think there's been a couple people around here who haven't had elytra. It's not really a smart place to not have one. It's especially not going to be smart once I am fully finished. But that is still probably a long ways away.
Yeah, the goal is to open this up to the void. Is that like Just something you just wanted to do just because, or did it ask that? If it's okay for me to know.
Yeah, it's a job, almost, I think would be the best way to describe it.
Huh. So you work for it.
I mean, I guess it was an exchange.
Change for what?
My life.
Ah. Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely does make sense. Void isn't usually the type of entity I would ask for that sort of deal, only as a last resort normally, but
Well,
gotta do
there
what you gotta
weren't
do.
many choices.
I see. I see. What you gonna do when you're done?
I don't know. I mean, I've got plans to build a storage system in here, probably.
Finally.
Yeah. I mean, I probably will get the storage system before I even get working on the bedrock raking.
That's a good idea.
And then, I mean, build a more efficient witch farm, build a creeper farm, probably a sugarcane farm.
Do you think the void's gonna ask anything of you after that?
I mean, it was supposed to be ephemeral, but it wasn't enough. I, th- I think this will be enough.
Pretty big area in exchange for a life. Wonder how you even quantify those things. Settle those debts. You definitely don't want to do it like I did it. But
I mean, the size is practical for other reasons as well. The standard reasons for making a perimeter come into play as well.
oh, of course, of course. Yes, it just happened to align, I guess. Small square of nothingness in exchange for everything.
Small is a little over, or a little underselling it, I'd say.
Every world has a limit about 30 million blocks in every dimension before things start falling apart at the seams and the world starts to fray at the edges to the point where the average player can't even travel through it. So something this is really just a small blip on this in the scale of everything.
I suppose so. But is the scale of everything the scale you use all the time?
It was once, but when I found that after landing here, it was it made it easier to focus on like more individual things, like on the human level, individual relationships, buildings of that size. Because people tend to get scared when they think of nothingness. Doesn't really make sense to me because it's inherently just, not very complex. It's one of the least complex things there is, actually. But humans, I've realized, are beings who are, and they and their natural environments is a place that is. So if they're placed out of it, they start to get anxious and search for something, anything. So it does make sense why the idea of the void would be unnerving to most of them. It's like if you put like a frog into space. Like it's used to air, it's used to water, it's used to land, but then you just throw it out there and there's nothing around it. It makes sense why it'd panic. There would be nothing familiar to latch onto. But if you've spent a lot of time in a place that's not where space and time isn't like characterized by the spaces between things, but the little blips of matter in between the vast expanse of nothingness. It goes both ways. I think that to somebody to an entity that had spent most of its time in the void, or either the void below or the void above, being surrounded by all of this something could get a little overwhelming. I know I was. So, I don't know. Differences in perspective. Well, I think I'm gonna go put all of this stuff up and then I'll be back later after probably taking a nap. I've done a lot today. Well, a lot for me. So, nice talking with you. Thanks for showing me how to run the trencher. It's appreciated.
Nice
Have a good
talking
one.
with you as well. You too.